Team 10 raised serious questions about the suicide of Junior Seau in May. Those questions focused on Seau taking the sleeping pill Ambien and the doctor who prescribed it. Now, that doctor is now on probation for issues unrelated to Seau.
His probation has triggered more digging by Team 10 investigator Mitch Blocker, especially into the state agency that oversees the doctors.
Doctor, how many times have you been a party to a lawsuit?
A number of times.
What's your best estimate?
My guess is a dozen.
This is a video deposition of Dr. David Chao, the former San Diego Chargers physician.
I had an old knee that had too many surgeries, too many scopes.
Tom Fagan chose Dr. Chao for his surgery.
He was ultra charming, confident.
Fagan is a painter focusing on sports figures, including Chargers players.
He's dealing with these million-dollar players. Why would the Chargers use someone that's not the best? And that's what I assumed.
Fagan claims Chao damaged a leg artery during his knee replacement surgery in 2007. He says he almost died.
When I first looked at my leg, it was like this big instead of the normal size.
According to one of several lawsuits filed against Chao, he wasn't at the hospital when Fagan began having complications after surgery. Court records say Chao also did not assign another doctor to care for his patient while he was gone. When the emergency room asked Chao to return, he sent another doctor instead. So where was he? Court records show he originally claimed under oath that he was driving to Los Angeles to visit his mother. Later, court records show Chao bought vodka in the San Diego nightclub Bilo that night. Chao declined to be interviewed, but his attorney talked to Team 10.
Dr. Chao, everyone should know, was dismissed by Mr. Fagan from that case. Mr. Fagan pursued his case against the hospital and took a settlement of $1.4 million because the case related to the post-operative care after Dr. Chao's surgery.
The California Medical Board oversees Dr. Chao's license. Julie Felmuth watches the board.
Doctors can kill many patients every day if they are negligent or impaired.
She's senior attorney and the administrative director for public interest law.
I have monitored the Medical Board of California for 27 years.
In the Fagan case, records show the board didn't discipline Chao, saying they couldn't find anyone to say the doctor's efforts fell below the standard of care. But Fagan's attorney, Janice Mulligan, wrote in an email to a board investigator that she had two surgeons outraged by Chao's conduct and that they were willing to testify Chao's treatment fell far below the standard of care.
That's one of the key problems with the Medical Board's enforcement program, is that it just takes too long.
The Medical Board reviewed at least 5 of Chao's other cases dating back to 2007. The board just put him on probation.
He has probation, but the probation doesn't stop him from continuing to run his orthopedic practice, sports medicine practice, perform surgery, and see patients just like he always had.
Dr. Chao is not the only doctor whose cases have taken years to review by the Medical Board.
We're talking 3 to 5 to 8 years if the doctor fully contests this proceeding, and many doctors do.
Felmuth says the board and inept political oversight allowed doctors to keep their licenses. She cites other cases where patients are seriously injured under a doctor's care.
The very least the Medical Board should do, is to disclose truthful and factual information about that doctor's record while that process is going on.
Felmuth says attempts at reform are stymied by the California Medical Association. 39,000 of the state's doctors are members. Public records show the association spent $2.2 million in lobbying efforts last year.
They hire lawyers and lobbyists to represent and promote the medical profession in the legislature, in the courts, and before the Medical Board.
The CMA has given another $5 million to oppose the Patient Safety Initiative on the ballot for this fall. This proposition would require random drug tests for doctors and would raise the current $250,000 cap on pain and suffering cases. Now, Chao is one of 9 local doctors currently on probation by the State Medical Board. The board has revoked a little more than 1,100 licenses across California in the past 5 years out of 128,000 doctors. The Medical Board of California defends its practices, saying doctors deserve a thorough vetting of any accusations made against them. and that simply takes time. The responses from the medical board to a series of our questions are on our website. That's 10news.com. With Team 10, I'm investigator Mitch Blocker.